Whatever questions you got.
First record.
I'm asking what Kendall's roster looking like today.
I don't know about that.
No, we can't.
You don't
He's
get
got now you don't got no roster.
He got one
I
match.
was telling you before we put on the kit.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I see she just joined the chat.
Oh, I think that's
You gonna get
number 2 or number 3. That's your 4?
Nah, that's my one.
Why you smiling so much?
Is he blushing? Is he blushing or he's nervous?
He's blushing or he's terrified.
Get Kendall blushing, you know. I mean, he said something, you know, like.
I mean, he said something.
Next topic. Let's keep going. You gotta say the next question.
Next question.
The way he said that shit.
Oh my God.
Next question.
When they ask like obvious answers to a question, I answer and be like, next question. We ain't gotta waste time trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Next question.
We definitely gotta get that DJI mic.
Yeah, so for the next year, we get better at it.
What is that for?
I see a lot
So
they can
the
hear
audio for the live doesn't connect to
that.
to that.
But if you had a DJI, it'd pick it up and connect to that.
Yeah.
So it sounds kind of far right now.
Yeah.
That's why.
Kilo, you like no life? Yeah, that's you. I'm thinking we booming. That's you.
Am I going viral?
That's you.
How many we got
Wait,
in there?
so
Minus you.
the likes,
Minus
the likes, like, does it help?
Yeah,
Live?
it gives. Yeah, it will help the algorithm, help people. Like people are scrolling on live, it will like put us out there. Yeah, mine is you. Who's on?
I don't know. I'm just worried about me, man.
It's a Kendall answer.
Usually I just look on Daddy phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, matter of fact, when you driving, you know, put some lights in.
I got you. Me and Malik is performing Chill on Me.
You said what?
Me and Malik is performing Chill on Me. This song.
Say it one more time.
Me and Malik is performing Chill on Me.
Ooh, that's
I
crazy.
forgot you can't fucking hear it.
That's crazy. I need to see y'all recording that one?
I mean, if somebody in the crowd, I don't know if somebody in the crowd, I don't know if it's gonna be like really recorded.
Yeah, chill on Me, unreleased by Donnie B and Malik.
Man,
That's
what was his
good
name?
shit, man. Some good
Oh
shit.
shit, maybe what? Okay.
When y'all had the show here, he performed something that wasn't out. I like the song, but it wasn't out. He was like brown skin. I have it in my I have some his other stuff in my phone. But yeah.
Oh, Malik?
Huh? You?
Probably.
Was it him?
It wasn't you. It was, like he went before you.
It was a.
Oh, no.
It was
another
a guy.
Yeah, it was
Noah.
Noah. It was
probably him. Yeah, when it was the first time he performed,
Yeah,
Nah,
some
he
of his
was
stuff
in it,
is
so
better.
he got some vocals.
Never tried to find it. It wasn't on Apple Music yet.
Nah, he got some too.
You
He got some vocals for sure.
He's working on his shit.
I'm thinking Ken typing this whole time. He appreciate he doing something else right now. Appreciate the love.
How much I get left? Like 2 minutes.
If that
Is it left 44?
I should have been going yesterday already.
You can get a little bit of your time. We get 5 minutes. Restart the time. 5 more minutes. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Twin Pod. It's been a roller coaster, man. These last couple of weeks, it's been a roller coaster. We've been consistent.
Being consistent.
That's the only thing I can say. Being consistent.
Name of the game.
Being consistent is what we do. It's 3rd episode in a row, man. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm glad that we able to get 3 in a row. Even though one of our guys won't be here for the remainder of the show, but the show must go on. The product must be displayed. Still. He'll be back for episode 13. That's a good one. I got a good one for y'all, episode 13. But we got a good one right now with us. And but first, before our guy leaves, Donnie B, we'll get to you in a second. Donnie B, man, how are you feeling? Before you go, how are you feeling today? Let people know how you feeling.
I'm feeling great, man.
You got to like rap it too.
I'm feeling great, man. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm blessed. Good to be on the pod one more time with my dogs, man. Y'all got a good guest for sure. Got a lot of knowledge, got a lot of wisdom for sure. On a lot of things. So
Yeah.
I'll be prepared.
I'm on it, bro.
I'm going to go perform somewhere.
Get your notebooks
So
out.
hopefully,
Get your notebooks out.
yeah. Please get your notebooks up. I'm doing great, man.
That's great, man. That's Donnie B. He's a busy man. You know, it's always, well, I wouldn't say it's a pleasure. It's kind of his job to be on here, but
Taking a little PTO.
I wouldn't say it's a pleasure. It's just
Take it
his
out my
job to be on here. But
He taking the Juneteenth early. That's crazy.
Just take it out my check. Sorry.
we'll do.
By the way, I have not been this week. I've been up since yesterday.
Wow.
That's
And
dedication.
he's asking about what we're doing tonight.
Is it coffee or perks? Which one?
It's Jesus and water.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, take the cheese route. Okay.
We'll take that.
We'll get down.
We'll take that.
It's hard. You can't come back from that. Like, you can't troll after that.
No.
It's the end of the trolling. That's what I said.
Make that in the butt real quick.
Shoot.
Can't say none of that.
My name.
Yeah, that's all right. Next question.
Next question. That's that way. Next question.
Next question.
Nah, but it's just staying busy though. I work overnight and then I got stuff to do during the day, so I'm literally just busy. I don't really think about the time or me being tired. But, there's something better, something greater ahead. So yeah.
I'm saying, in order, what was it saying? In order to pay something without the price, you gotta work without looking at the time. Something like that. You never heard that saying? What it says something about.
I thought you knew. I thought you were gonna say yeah.
I kind of get what you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I think he mean in order for you to get something you never had, you gotta do something you never did.
He was
that it?
He wasn't gonna say it.
That's
That's not it.
Is
that it?
He wasn't gonna say that.
That's
it was.
I think it was like something like in order to live without looking at the price, you gotta work without looking at the time.
There we go.
Oh, that's better.
That was. I mean, they cousins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
a little bit.
They blood.
Yeah, we'll give you that one. I like that.
We'll give you
That's a
that.
good saying too.
Take that.
But yeah, like a minute 30.
Pretty much.
You on the timer.
You got time. Taking the time.
All right, to my left, KD, Ken,
What's the word?
No Cap, called himself KD sometimes, a little bit writing, but
Whoa.
we'll leave
You
that
said
alone.
Bro, why did you even have to bring that up? Like,
How long ago did you say that?
Next is gonna be
some
shame.
years ago.
Nah, I didn't say that. My bad.
KD fan, so we were super
Bro,
fans. But how you feeling, K? How you feeling, K?
Feeling great, man. I'm just blessed to be here. Blessed that God woke me up today to give me another chance at life, man. Obviously, my work's here not done. If I woke up this morning.
That's a fact.
How am I clip farming? It's true.
I was gonna say it.
And then our guest, our guy, he's not really like a guest because he's like a brother to us. I think we'll talk about when we met after we introduced, but it's our guy, Mikey. Our guy Mikey, man. This is our guy. This is our guy. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Happy to be here, so
Yeah.
I love the work y'all doing here, and just honored to be a guest for real.
Man, we're honored to have you. We're honored to, as busy as you are, honored to, just give us some time for you to just chill with us. You know what I'm saying? So, he definitely gonna show the shoes. Huh?
Oh, yeah, he had to pick him up. He said, hold on. Y'all gonna see these right here.
I knew I was coming to Twin Podcast, so I had to, I don't know.
Show up. You seen that's the Drake album, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Great album, Drizzy. Great album. Shout out Drizzy.
I got it from an Instagram shop, which I wouldn't recommend y'all to do. I wouldn't recommend y'all to do all the time. I got lucky with this.
How about TikTok?
TikTok shop actually be cool. But I remember one time I got an Instagram shirt, and I thought it was gonna be like a design, and the design was like small. So I don't know. I thought it was gonna look one way, but it looked the other, and I just had to give it back. I don't know. Let it give it back, bro. So.
Now TikTok most of the time is good, but there's some time where they's like, what did I just buy?
I never shopped on TikTok.
It's cool.
It's cool.
I think I got these glasses on TikTok.
Yeah.
Are those blue tint? Those like those
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
blue tint, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Smooth. I'm like $8. Very Donnie.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure having Donnie on here. We want to just get his 5 minutes in before he go. We didn't want y'all to think he
Oh man, he about to pass out on stage. You see how he rubbed his face?
He about to get you some coffee.
He about to-
It's in Santa Ana too, so you know it's hot out there.
Later.
Ain't got no shade over there.
Shit, don't let ice get you.
Don't let.
That's too early.
What?
Oh.
Well, no, I'm saying
I
you
got
might
it.
think they might think you Dominican or something. You gotta.
Hell no, I ain't Dominican.
When he have his hair out, when he have his hair out, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm black as hell,
You
bro.
know, I do it, you know, before, you know, like, oh, no, you Puerto Rican or something. You gotta come
Rican
nuts.
is good. You gotta hear it start talking.
Hell no.
you gotta say.
Hell no,
You got-
don't even try that
You gotta just spell out the Roscoe's menu to them. Then they'll know. Okay, he's
Just say Obama special. They be like, okay, because Obama special not even on the menu.
Oh yeah.
That's a problem. That's I don't know what that's about. Roscoe's, they gotta fix that. That's what I get all the time. Obama special. I don't know why they took that out.
That's
If
tough.
they probably like put it like under another like title, then let me know because I still can't find it.
The only president to come to y'all establishment, I would just take this.
Thank you.
That's messed up.
And
man.
that's y'all best seller too.
That's messed up.
That's y'all best seller.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
All right, Donnie.
All right, Donnie.
Well, I'll see you later, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, brother.
Thank
All
you
right,
for
my
stopping
boy.
by.
Be safe.
Fit look good.
Be fly.
Be safe. Be
Brother.
fly. We'll talk to some women for me.
Right. Here.
Okay. Don't mind Donnell.
Yeah,
Please.
Thank you. Fix that.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, everything's great.
You good? Yep, you good.
You can hear me all right?
Yeah, we good.
All right, good.
I'm good.
All right.
Straight? All right, Donnie. I'll see you later.
Weird. Let's get down. Let's get
Get
to
down
business.
I think we should just.
Just
I don't
get
even
it
know
right
why we
into
have
it.
this here. Let's just take this out.
Oh, yeah,
Let's get some leg room.
All right,
You know, I got long legs.
Y'all need to get comfortable.
I need a lot of legs.
Yeah, Mikey's 6'3". Y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
It don't look like it.
It
He's 6'3".
looks like I'm not, but really
Yeah.
when I stand up, I'm talking about money. I am.
Yeah, I'm understand. Taller than Shaq on top of
Yeah.
money.
His money about 6'5". Stack it up. Yeah, man.
So, what you got going on, Mike? You tell the people what you got going on.
man.
You know, just being a faithful, handsome black man. That's really it. That's the main focus.
Mm.
You know, other than that, everything falls beneath that. You know.
Everything falls beneath the handsome black man. Hey.
No, you gotta add in faithful.
Faithful.
Oh,
yeah,
faithful.
faithful.
Okay. That was that's the number one. Faithful.
Faithful, handsome
Handsome
black
black
man.
man. I like
Yeah,
that.
faithful.
But
handsome black
nah,
man.
on the real, you know, just staying focused to yourself, and I think that's like a real skill to do, to stay focused on you,
Mhm.
the goals you have in mind. You know, just every day having a routine, sticking to that. You know, loving those around you, and you're gonna have some good weeks and months and years after that.
As a guy, you know, you say loving those around you. You can all say you're a little famous. A lot of people know you.
A lot of people do know.
A lot of people know you.
A lot of women know you.
A lot of women.
Well,
Okay.
okay,
We don't know the status of.
No. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yes, but yeah, to ask, you know, it's, you know, I know you got a lot of people that, you know, loves you, you know, cares about you. I mean, we do too, but I know you have a. I feel like, okay, I'll ask you, do you have a big circle?
I feel like everyone has a big circle. I mean, people kind of come to me and think that I have so many friends, but I feel like I just got people that, you know, that know me and I know them and I love them and, you know, I care about them just like they care about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I feel like it's just easy to kind of connect to people, show them love, because it's kind of like, loving is free, I feel like. So, you know, you just be cool people. I think it's better that way. I don't know. I get how people could be scorned and, you know, I want to keep a circle smaller than the period.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I think it's cool to be cool with everyone. Just, you know.
So
never know.
when So I'll say it is. So you say you have a big circle. So are you? Is it easy to trust people? I would say, or maybe to be. Is it easy to be vulnerable to people? Allow people in, to your life.
I think I'm definitely more of a private person, but I'm not gonna like try to, if it calls for it, I'm gonna tell you the real. Because trying to act like you hurting when trying to act like you're not hurting when you're not, it's not gonna really, help. You never know the person you might be appealing to might be able to help what you're going through. So, trusting people. I think trust is a very, very interesting thing because it takes years to build up. You can lose it in an instant. So
that's the crazy part. Yeah.
And then also like, it's not like the same way you trust people is not the same way you trust another person. So like, I may trust Kendall with this, or I may trust Kendall to move my car. But if I know you've been in 2 accidents, I may not even trust you to move my car. I may not even trust you to get it in the driver's seat. But I may trust you to do something else for me. You know what I mean? So it varies person to person.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's good.
That's a good point that you touched on because there's a lot of people that have a big circle, big support group that also just feel so isolated. You know what I'm saying? They're not aware. They don't feel the love and the support from the people that care about them around them,
right?
Which is real big. I'm glad that you feel that way because you know what I'm saying. You push out, you know what I'm saying, the type of energy that people love, that loving energy, that I care about you energy, I want to see you win energy, and then they reciprocate that back to you, and then you just walk around life just feeling fulfilled.
Y'all feel like y'all got like a big small circle, or y'all feel like y'all got just people that know you, but you don't really got like, because everyone has like an inner circle. Of course, everyone y'all spend way more time together than y'all spend with me. So of course, y'all inner circle. But do y'all feel like it's hard for y'all to trust people?
It's not hard for me to trust people, because like you said, when you come in walking through life being genuine, you know what I'm saying, that's the type of energy that you get back, and I haven't had no problem not trusting anybody. How about you, Dave?
I mean, it'll depend on like if it's for like a friendship or a relationship. So with friendships, I'm very, especially now that we're doing this pod, even before, because when we did the interviews that goes, I'm very open to interact with people and open to become friends with people, especially over there. I've always been like that, so I say I'm friends with a lot of people. Like I know a lot of people. Yeah. People know me.
I think you famous.
Yeah, you're probably the more famous out of everybody on the pod right now.
Famous calling me famous. Like
I ain't famous.
Do you know David? You know where I was at and they asked about you?
Okay.
Do you know?
No, I'm not gonna lie. So I went to the gym and the girl that worked at the desk asked me about you.
Oh. Me?
You.
Well, you mean him or
me?
Nah.
She seen me on one of your vlogs. She was like,
you know. Come on, fam.
Those are just personal projects.
But yeah, I mean, it just depends. With friends for sure. I feel like it's easier to find people. I'm not the type of guy. I mean, in certain situations, and that's a good thing too. When certain situations you just don't need to talk. You just need to observe, listen, see where you're at. But for the most part, if I'm with people that I feel like they're comfortable around me, I'm definitely able to, open up, pause, and just see.
I'm not mature enough. I'm supposed to act more mature. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm really immature and goofy. So
it's alright, dude. Just open up, bro.
How much would you open up though?
All right.
How often do you open up?
All right.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
None of them.
I don't think he's ever opened up until you got here.
Oh.
Then you just feel extra comfortable.
Let's move on. Next question.
No.
I'm joking.
But what's funny though? When I first met you, I think I met before I met you, I met JD. Met JD, and then I met you after, probably like a couple days after that goes. For like 2 days, I thought you and JD were the same person.
Oh wow.
JD
with the dreads.
Yeah, no. That's the thing. I met JD first with the dreads, and then Mikey came. I thought he cut his hair.
He thought I cut my hair off in 2 days.
Oh wow.
I just think he cut his hair. I'm like, oh shit.
And then came back with hair again.
And then that's when he came back with hair. That's when I'm like, okay, these gotta be two different people. What's going on? Then I finally seen you guys like at the same spot.
That's funny.
I was just like, what the hell? But yeah, for like 2 minutes or like for like 2 days, I thought y'all were the same person. That was funny. But shout out JD though. Shout out JD.
Shout out JD, my fellow short, handsome black king.
Yeah, man.
You know,
6'3", not sure.
oh, sorry.
6'3".
You know, speaking of how you met me, you want to know how I met JD?
How you met JD?
And it was in middle school, 7th grade. And y'all know like Cerritos, like Harrisburg Park.
Yeah.
So of course, Saturday mornings be lit. You go around the city, y'all just meet up. So we meet up at the park, right? I didn't even JD was still in elementary because I was in 7th grade. And when we pulled up on our bikes, JD, honestly, when it's true, had another kid by his shirt, standing over him on his bike.
Oh my goodness.
And he wasn't hitting him, but he was like raising up on him. Mm-hmm. And when this is my first impression of this, bald head, milk that head, sunbeam on him, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, who is he? You know what I mean? And he's like, where's my money? He's like, where's my money? And he was pressing him over like $4, you know what I mean? But like,
damn, JD.
he needed a $4,
$4 in middle school is you can stretch with $4.
$4 lasted like 2 days, 3 days. But no, that was my first impression of JD. So JD always been about the money,
Oh yeah, JD been about that money, man. Shout out JD, man. Love his music. Gotta keep. I don't know if he's still posting it, but gotta keep posting it.
He all right. JD.
How you meet Tony? How you know about Tony?
I met Mikey through like mutual friends. Being around Kayla.
Shout out
Kayla, Seth.
We went to our teachers together though.
We did go to Artesia together. I forgot all about that. I'm like, I didn't skip.
You don't even know you met me.
I didn't skip that part.
He didn't think he went to guard for 4 years.
Hold on. Yeah, I met Mikey freshman year of high school at Artesia. Yeah, and then he was a big Migos fan.
Oh,
I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
right.
Shout out Migos. Yeah. And then we used to be in health class messing around.
Yeah, damn, I forgot all about that. Yeah, because I'm like, why you a Migos fan?
Huh?
But like back then, I was not a Migos fan.
Was that you?
Yeah, I was like,
So now you are?
Yeah, I fuck with Migos. I mean, RP,
Take off.
RP, take off. You know what I'm saying?
I remember, he had a matter of fact, that does make sense him calling himself KD because he had the KD5s on.
Yep.
I remember his whole fit. He had the typical like F-boy fit.
Wow.
Because he had like the grown eye hair, the flat top with the cargo pants, and he hooped. And then he had the he was flat out. He had all chest going on. I'll take it.
Maybe.
We know where they going. Never mind. Never mind. Talk about that.
Where they going?
It's too early.
Maybe they're going to Santa Ana. Next question.
They must have seen our live and gave him too much information.
Yeah, but then that's crazy. I forgot all about my little Artesia era right there.
Man, that whole we all came like that's crazy. That means we was not messing with it. Wait, cause you from what's you from?
Cerritos.
Oh, well you okay?
I live in Cerritos, but I just be around, I guess.
Oh, okay. Cause I was about to say like me, Donnie, and Ken, we was not in that district at first.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Guard.
Yeah.
I don't know how we didn't cross paths, but yeah, I don't know how we didn't cross paths, but I mean we always had mutual friends, so
I really thought you were just a spawn, bro. I really like Kayla said, "Oh, my friend David." I'm like, okay, I know a lot of people, so I would have for sure just. I thought you just like, oh, it must have came from Illinois or some random stuff or something.
Random niggas. Nah, but I wasn't. I mean. I'm not even gonna say I was. I mean, people like now,
TK.
like people knew me.
You was TK. You was ducked out too cool.
Yeah, people knew me, but I wasn't in the field. I tried to ignore it, bro. people knew about me, but I wasn't on the scene as much as everybody else was. Like I didn't go to all the parties or nothing like that. So, but yeah, I mean everybody, people knew about me. I think people knew about me more because I was from Carson. I think a lot of people from Carson went to guard. But that's enough about Carson.
That's enough about Carson. we got to limit the amount of time you even say
that's
that.
Enough.
You
That's enough.
You know what though? Carson does have a spot in my heart though, because I feel like Carson, for sure, to me, per capita, has the baddest females that I've come across. I don't really know what city else has like the per capita the baddest females. Cause Carson, I'm going down my Rolodex. Most of them be coming from Carson.
Right. He said the Rolodex.
Well, I didn't mean to say it like that.
No.
I'm just saying, like,
he said the Rolodex.
What city y'all feel like per capita has the baddest females in the county?
I like that answer that one.
Like, cause I'm trying to think, like of a top three. Like,
I say I came encounter with a lot of women from. It's crazy. It's from Inglewood. I don't know why. Like a lot of women from Inglewood, I definitely came encounter with, and they're very, very beautiful, very beautiful. But Carson for sure. I definitely have to. We'll give him 5 minutes. Carson for sure. Carson definitely has some beautiful women in Carson. I wasn't able to obviously living there, but I spent most of my time in Cerrito. Cerrito.
Dang, I don't know.
Cerrito.
I was driving around a lot from Cerritos to go to where Cerritos do be having them, had them.
Yeah.
But I'll say Carson, and then Compton, and then maybe Torrance.
I never came. I mean,
Because Torrance, it's a different demographic.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a different demographic.
yeah, it is.
But you gotta be diverse. But you kind of diverse, David. I'm not gonna lie.
Diverse.
David is a diverse dater. This is a good segue to what we're gonna talk about.
Well,
really?
Don't include me in that. That's crazy.
What's the segue?
I say, diverse is a little. I prefer, obviously,
Be careful.
I prefer them.
Hey,
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Yeah,
Watch-
but we own it. So yeah, I am diverse. Yeah. I say
Look. You know what? Speaking of famous, some people that may be watching this,
yeah.
they may disparage my name. They may say false truths about me, about my diversity.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for sure, if you just know yourself,
Yeah.
and you just know,
Yeah.
what you comfortable with, what you into. But
is diversity a bad thing?
depending on who you're asking.
That's what I told him. I said depending on who.
Depending on who asking.
I'm asking you.
And like in what way though? Like what way? Like in terms of just talking about relationships? Or?
Yeah, relationships. Like, do you think
Like the school system? Like
Financial portfolio.
yeah, we need all of them.
Be specific.
We need all of them.
I'm saying, like, in dating, other racial groups, is that necessarily a bad thing?
I think it really depends on where you are from, for sure. I think your environment where you grow in, for sure, has a big thing to do with, like, if we all grew up in Idaho, we probably not feel the same way as if we grew up in Carson about our
Definitely.
just like
Definitely.
our preferences. So
Definitely.
for sure, like Cerritos was a hella diverse place. So I just was whatever was caught my eye. So, but I think for sure, like as you grow in the world, I'll be like a little bit more serious. As you grow in the world and as you really like come to your own as a black man, and you really growing into it, you kind of naturally, I feel you gravitate more to those who understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those may be
Exactly. I know what you're saying.
those may be non-black, but I feel like generally those who understand you more, from my experience, probably be black women.
Yeah.
Not that not that other races can't understand black men, but I feel like the most, like in terms of most, I think black women. So I think just from that, But
What about you, though? Is dating racially diversity, is that bad?
nah, it's not.
No, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think
Ask Tyrese Halliburton.
it's that.
Ask his dad.
But well, they're not from Indiana, but they're somewhere close from.
He's from Wisconsin.
Not too far.
Not too far.
That makes.
What's that? Midwest?
Yeah, Midwest.
Midwest.
What the hell?
Midwest. Gotta be. But yeah, I don't think it's I'm never gonna think it's a bad thing. And obviously, like you said, it depends on who you're asking. It depends on who you're asking. They'll have a different answer. But I think what Mikey said, yeah, it's just whoever can relate to you the most. It doesn't necessarily need. I mean, sometimes I don't say need, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a black female. But most of the time it is. Most of the time it is.
Right.
But there's sometimes where, you know, I haven't experienced it yet, but there's sometimes where people relate to other races.
For sure.
And they feel more wanted,
Right.
I guess.
Right.
I haven't experienced that. But I'm just saying from other people's perspective, yeah.
Because you know there's like a double standard
Yes, there's a double standard.
in that.
There's
Because
a double standard, yeah.
especially amongst black women.
Yeah.
Black women kind of despise black men dating outside of their race.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I don't see black men despising black women dating outside of their race. So
I'll be honest. I ain't gonna lie. I was at the gym. Saw a fine young black lady. She was like, okay, she cool. You know what I mean? Then I saw her like walk up to an other, I guess you'll call him. No. Actually, particularly, it was a white guy. But the white guy was cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But I do remember it kind of made me. I'm like, huh? It made me. It caused confusion, I guess you would say. But I do also think there's different flavors of white though. You know how
100%.
you know how there's different flavors of lace chips. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
There's different flavors of white. So,
Right.
you know, but despise. I don't know if they despise. They probably like just. They kind of shrug their shoulders and just kind of walk off, I guess you would say.
Nah, it's not from what I've been hearing from the streets.
Yeah, not me too.
Not from
Yeah,
what I've
me
been
too.
hearing.
Me too.
From what I've been hearing, they literally hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Why?
I would. Okay. Do you think that way as a guy? Like, say, you know, hypothetically, black girl told you that they dated outside their race. Does that affect you or anything?
It doesn't affect me.
Okay.
Because honestly, your past experiences brought you to who you are. Who am I meeting right now? You know what I'm saying? If I like who I'm meeting right now, that past experience, that past relationship that you went through helped create the person you are right now. So it's like, okay, you got a little bit of cultural diversity to you.
So that wouldn't.
It's not a bad thing.
It's a matter. It's just who I'm talking to. Like, really, I'm not gonna say you don't really care about the past, but just based off race, like.
But I know some black women that if I were to go say, hypothetically, if I were to go say, oh, I've dated another race,
Such, yeah.
they're off you. Like,
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. I'm already knowing.
No,
I'm already knowing.
But like, why is that though? Like, what's wrong with black men dating other races?
I think it's because they feel like maybe the black men that they want would be so in tune. I don't want to. Obviously, I'm not a black woman, so I can't really speak for them. But from what I understand, like, you know, they feel like it's like a sort of like identity thing. Like, you know, if you feel like you love yourself, you wouldn't go outside to others. And they feel like, well, if you could do that, then you probably don't love yourself enough. Maybe, you know, you probably not. We don't align on. So not only they don't think they have an issue with it, because to each their own, everyone can do what they want. But they feel like maybe you're not the person for me if you're able to do that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Just maybe guessing that's like the.
I think it's like, you know.
That's my.
I think maybe they think the only, and majority of the time, the only people that can relate to them is a black man.
For sure.
So that relation, if a black man is with a different race, kind of, I mean, basically turn them off. Like, oh, you won't be able to give what I need from a black man because you experienced with other races. I don't know.
Are we?
We were gonna have somebody that would
Oh,
be able
yeah,
to give
yeah.
us the answer next
Yeah,
week.
for sure.
But we just speculating.
Yeah.
Don't come for us crazy.
Scared.
But, like,
I'm
especially-
straight in my boots right now.
Especially for like
I'm not gonna lie.
successful black men too. That's the ones that they despise the most. You know, the black man, the successful black man with the money and the fame and all that. A lot of those
That
guys
makes sense.
date women outside of their race.
You know why? I got a good answer.
What?
I think it's college.
Oh yeah.
College
yeah.
is very dominant. Well, we say white, but like other races.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're an athlete.
Yeah, especially if you're athlete. That's why you see a lot of other races.
Saquon.
Yeah, we go the whole list. That's why you see a lot of
Shaq.
other races with, you know,
Tyrese.
a different.
Mhm.
Tyree, it was inevitable. Like, come on.
That's what he grew up seeing.
Come on, like,
Alright.
like his baby
I
was
feel you.
white.
I feel you.
But yeah, I mean, I think it goes from college because like when you go to college, especially if you are an athlete,
Mhm.
you're not going to be seen as unless you go to HBCU.
Right.
You know,
Right.
then the chances are definitely higher. But going to these big colleges, you know, the Alabama, the Dukes, the Kentuckys, you know, all of them,
Right.
the LSU's. Yeah, we see all the black people on, but that's the whole population.
Right.
That the field.
Right.
Compared to the whole campus, that's very small compared to the whole campus.
Okay.
So everything that they're being exposed to, all the women that they're being exposed to, when they leave home, you know, they probably coming from South Florida,
Mhm.
you know, LA, wherever they coming from. They experience all that, but then they come here, they like, I'm just speculating. They're like, damn, I like this. It's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then they just, next thing you know, they kicking in and boom, I like this girl, and boom.
I feel you, but I feel like generally, I think you're gonna go to what you want. You know what I mean? Because you know, if somebody places you in a little India, and you know you don't like little Indian food, or you don't like Indian food,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna gravitate to go to the Chinese spot or Thai spot or Italian spot that you like, because you know that's what you like, so you're gonna find your way there eventually. But you know,
So you think everybody that's with the opposite race, they already kind of like was kind of predestined.
Like
I mean,
that was
probably.
already their type.
It was already their type.
probably, yeah, you know what I mean? We all watch white chicks, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it kind of be what it be, you know. But I think honestly it's different to me to like, you know, get with them versus just interact with them. You know,
Mhm.
so, you give a little late night call, you know what I mean? But to really be moving around with them, it's a little different.
Yeah.
I think it is. But yeah, I say yeah. I think that's one little reason.
Yeah, that is a unique perspective. I've never heard or thought about it that way. But like, you're still you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just because you an athlete and you go to a PWI to play sports, that doesn't mean that you're still not you at your core.
I agree, but I'm really say you're still young.
You are still young.
You're still young.
Okay.
You are you, but I'll ask you this: are you the same person you was when you graduated high school?
No. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I have seen people go to college and change.
Mm-hmm. And you've seen people that stay the same.
You know what I'm saying? I have seen people that I personally know from high school. They go off to different colleges, different PWIs, and they come back home and they're different.
Howdy.
You know what I'm saying? that 4 or 5 years that they've been going changed
Their whole trajectory on life and what they think about life and women.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's the only thing, but that college experience it takes a chunk out of who you're becoming when you become a full adult.
Now, what about those guys that just go to college? They're one and done. Now they're in the league. Is that 8 months enough to change?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Well, I don't even say the 8 months. I mean, you want it done. You getting a lot of attention every day.
You got the whole the whole world at your fingers.
And then when you become and then when it's done, I'm assuming you're like one of the first round picks. So, you're kind of gullible a little bit.
Okay.
You're a little gullible. You're a little welcome. You're still your frontal lobe really hasn't, developed yet. So you'll be more easy to, I don't want to say manipulate, but definitely like, have their way. So, a lot of things can happen. I'll say that.
Do you see the same thing for black female athletes?
I think the percentage of black females going outside of black men is hella low compared to black men going outside black men. I mean, I feel like, I don't know.
For me, from what I look at, it could be different. I don't really see as many black female.
I think if you should though, you for sure you gotta go for like Jeff Bezos or something like that. You gotta shoot high.
You gotta go big.
You gotta shoot high. I feel like if you're gonna step out, go ahead and get your little CEO. It's okay, mom.
But like it doesn't surprise me.
You still rock on the low for me. It might be a little good solution. You got your CEO here. We still rock over here. Anyways,
it doesn't surprise me though. You know what I'm saying? Black. I would say in the dating market, young, handsome, successful black men are probably at one of the few at the higher top of the hierarchy when it comes to the dating market. Now, I feel like a black man attracts, I feel like, almost any race. I've yet to see a black man with a race other than black. Well, I haven't. Hold on.
What?
Yeah,
let's sound it out now.
Let's sound it out. Let me get clear for a second. Let me get clear.
Got oxygen in here real quick.
I'm saying I have yet to see a black man with other races. Like, I've seen a black man with every race. You know?
Right.
That's
okay.
You
seen a black man with every race.
You haven't seen a race that hasn't been attracted to black men.
Yeah, right.
What is it the opposite for black women? Or not the opposite, but is it not as clear as day as it is with black women?
It's not as clear as day. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever seen. I'm gonna just say it's not as clear. That's what I'm saying. I've seen black men date every other race, but I haven't seen it vice versa. That's all.
We on camera.
Yeah.
Does it segue into the next thing that you was on? I'm trying to figure out.
Nah, that was pretty much.
I wanted to say something. This is not even on the agenda. We talking about black women, relationships, black men, whatever. I don't know if you guys heard about. You guys know about the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark debacle, and Larry Bird, Magic Johnson type of. What is y'all? Because I remember. I don't know if you guys. You guys know RG3.
Yeah.
His relationship,
Right.
The white woman.
Super milk.
I remember I forgot his name.
Right.
It'll come Ryan Clark. There you go, Ryan Clark. Said something. I guess they turned this Angel Reese into this little race debate, whatever. I'm not really here for that, but he kind of went off script and started talking about how he doesn't really get a say so because his wife is white.
Right.
So my thing is, from your perspective, do you think that a man dating outside his race should have a say so on black women culture or black culture in general?
Yes.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you're still a black man.
Yeah.
You just fell in love with a woman from a different race.
What is crazy?
Huh?
He said fell in. You took like a little pause. You said fell in love with a different race.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out how to word it. But yeah, it doesn't make you less of a black man. Because at the end of the day, you're still a black man.
You wouldn't even necessarily bring that up, and we're having a cultural conversation. Y'all would be the type to bring that up.
If we're talking about some black shit, and then Kendall says something, man, if we really want to put that card out, I'd be like, man, your wife is doo-doo-doo. So I feel like, usually you're not really with it, because marriage is a very, very sacred thing. That's like the most important decision that you can make. So the kind of person you choose for that, is it reverberates around all areas of
Yeah,
life.
definitely.
So I feel like I kind of disagree with you. Like, nah, you can't really speak on. You can, but it's gonna be kind of taken with like a grain of salt because you didn't really even commit all the way. You know what I mean? You went halfway. So if you really about it, you know what I mean? You're gonna marry the top. You're gonna marry the topic that you like. Now, if you marry like an Arabian chick or something like that, then maybe you got a little bit more leeway to talk about Arabian culture, Middle Eastern culture, because you married into that. You got some real stakes into that. You know what I mean?
So I agree with you. I agree on both takes, but I say I'll look at it as if just on black women and say, okay, just the scenario, scenario. You're with a white female, we with a black female, boom, you talking about, but I wouldn't use that card because maybe hypothetically, you got a black mom, you got a black auntie, you got black sisters, you got a black grandmother. So I look at that like, yeah, you're with another race, but I feel like from other people's perspective and other experiences, you're able to relate because hypothetically, you live with your mom, you've been with your aunties, you have sisters, so you understand what it's like.
Right.
But maybe that just didn't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna pause you right there because just because you've been around black women, like say, like you said, say hypothetically I married a different race, and you two were married to black women, and we were having a conversation about marriage, about our wives.
Right.
That conversation, my input on that conversation would be a lot different between you guys' input on that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So to say that I could input the same amount of value into that conversation, it's not necessarily wrong, but I feel like my dynamic towards the conversation is different for sure. Just because I've been around black women, I'm not in a black intimate relationship.
I get you. Yeah. I'll just say like I understand that 100%. I'll just say I wouldn't tune you fully out of the conversation because I know you've been. Because I don't want it to be like you grew up and you're with a white person. Then it's like, okay, you not even have to see the table. But it's like, yeah, you didn't marry one, but the years you've grown up, you've been around, you know the home cooking, you know the if you have braids, you know the braids, you gotta untangle the braids, you know maybe you know how to do hair because you have your sister, you know what I'm saying? So I'll say the Koji, you definitely have some say so. I would personally be like, I know your people, I know who you've been with, I know who you are, but you married somebody another race, okay. We'll listen to some of what you gotta say, but not as if like white face.
Who is this guy?
Alright.
Why is he saying this?
Alright. Could I ask you totally like this is a random question.
Go ahead.
Let me see. Do you feel like what's like a bougie turn off for you?
Like a woman does?
Yeah, like a turn off that's kind of like you. Not everyone really has this kind of specific to you. Like something that's kind of like a little like people. You may say this to people. Be like people may be like, what? Let's see. I'll probably start with I'll start with.
What's the question?
The question is, what is a bougie turn off to you? That's like a little like, you may say to somebody and they may be like, bro, like, come on, bro.
Bougie turn off?
Yeah, bougie turn off. You know what I mean? Like,
I got it.
you got one already?
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead.
Like you talking about like with a woman or like in general?
With the woman.
Okay, with the woman. I'm not gonna lie, a bougie turn off for me, if we can't hold a conversation without having to use profanity, I think that's a turn off to me. You know what I'm saying? If we can't have a 5-minute conversation and every other sentence you're saying bleep, 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 bleak, it's like, alright, let's expand our vocabulary.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Like you should be able to get your point across without having to use profanity in every other sentence. I feel like that's a turn off to me. It's bougie, but that's a turn off.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm like, you cursing.
Yeah, like,
but I got one. It's pretty simple. When a girl be saying, "as you should," like, as you, and they put a little extra "as you should." I never was a fan of that. Always like doing things because like I wanted to,
right?
Not because I don't know. Because I don't know.
I feel you.
Like
I don't like being told what to do.
Exactly.
Either.
Like I don't need to do this. Like so when you add, it's like when it's like even like stuff like say if your parents. You about to go do something, and they tell you to go do it.
It turn you all the way on.
I'm like, yo, like you already about to get up and take out the trash. David, make sure you take out the trash.
It's just like it's not even the activity. It's just the fact that you told me to do it. It just made me not
like
want
I was
to do it.
going to pay for this date, but you over here saying as you should.
Yeah, bro. It's something about being told what to do.
Exactly. Like I just don't like being told what to do. And I'm a man of more, so I know what I should do already. Like, you know what I'm saying? How about you?
I think I got like two that come off the top of my head. Like, well, like one, your braids is old, you know. Your braids is old, you know. And I'm not gonna put a time limit on it. You watching, you know
how long it takes.
You know when you feel like okay, I gotta, you know, at the end.
You were like fuzzy.
At the end,
you can do fuzzy.
No, no, there's some like faux locks, you know what I mean, that just kind of be fuzzy, you know what I mean, but like. When the ingrowns is more grown than the, you know, the braids, you know what I mean?
It's been a couple months.
You know, come on, baby, you know what I mean? Like, you know, let's get it together. And then I was gonna say, if you don't have no car, that, you know, but let me give y'all grace on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, at the grown age that we are, you don't have no license. If you don't have no driver license or you don't have no sort of like passport, if you don't have a passport or a driver license. That's kind of like a booty turn on. You know?
I know a couple people that don't have.
I like to travel. So you know, what if I say, you know, come on, like you know, let's go.
I gotta get my license.
You know, let's go here. I can't even take you to Arizona. I can't even take you to Texas.
Can you take you to Vegas?
You know what I mean? Because you don't.
Well, now you need a real ID.
Well, shoot.
Yeah,
that was
coming in.
That was just instituted. So, but before, you know, what I mean, I'll say that, you know, you don't got no license. Come on, shut
I mean, that's good. I mean,
we grown.
That is true.
Really grown.
Yeah. I was definitely shocked when I heard a couple people say they didn't have their license. I was like,
yeah.
And it's and I think they just been so spoiled to the point, you know, where people take them everywhere. So it's never been like.
I've dated a girl that didn't have a license, but not making an excuse, but she's from New York.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
I'm saying,
Okay, yeah, that changes.
Did she have a car?
How? Nigga, she didn't have a license.
You can.
Whoa, you're illegal.
No, I'm saying you can have a car.
But like, why?
Why do you have?
I know
a car?
some people that had the car but didn't have the
They're
license.
going to jail.
They had, well, it wasn't registered under
Like-
their name, but they was able to get in the car and drive without their like.
Anybody
that
can get in
was
the car and drive.
But it wasn't registered under them.
Yeah, nah, she didn't have a car or license.
Anyway, yeah,
But like, it's understandable, but
How long?
it doesn't necessarily mean that it's acceptable. You know what I mean?
If you just got back or just got to LA, then okay. So it's been a year.
It's been a few years.
a few years.
You just don't want to.
Yeah,
You just don't want to wait in that D&D line.
exactly. You gotta get this shit together.
D&D line, man. That's
Just making a point.
you still gotta wait. And then don't let you forget one thing.
You got your shoelace from when you was
Yeah.
born. You forgot the shoelace.
You got the shoelace.
The nurse had on.
You gotta do the whole thing again.
Sure.
And some people, I used to like be a little irritated at people that be going off on these desks. But I'm like, now you take buses here. Imagine you took a bus here, got everything, and then you waited, and then you got to the front of the line, and they told you about 30 seconds in, yeah, you don't have blase. You just gotta go get that before you do that.
Just
Yeah, I'm about to go off on. Yeah, I'm about to go off on Tony. Yeah, because I gotta go get the.
I mean, but hey, man, if you know your situation, you gotta make sure that you on point. You checking all.
Yeah, I
boxes.
understand.
If I know I gotta take the bus, I got an hour and a half public transportation commute to go handle some business. I'm gonna make sure I got all my shit.
well, I mean, you think you got all your stuff until
The DMV is very tricky. There's times where I call. They God bless me with a car ever since I started having my license. But there's times where I call them, boom, boom, they tell me you need this, this, and this, or I have all three checked. Boom, are you sure? Yeah. I get there. Obviously, it's a different person from on the phone. Yeah, you have this, but you don't have this. I didn't get that information on the call. Well, I don't know who's talking to you, but and then it's just a whole little thing. Thank God I'm not no crash out. Okay, I'll just go get it, come back, wait my ass in this line, and do it again. But if that's the second time, then I'm gonna crash out.
He said the second time crash.
And then I'm gonna crash out. But the first time, yeah. DMV's crazy.
I got a question. Anybody could hop in first. It's kind of a two-part question right here. You guys, we all listen to hip hop music. You listen to hip hop music, Mikey, right?
More of a country guy, but
I like jazz, but more or less, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm messing.
But do you think that hip hop glorifies toxic masculinity and harms the black man's image?
That's a hell of a question.
Hell of a question.
That's like a Webster question.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell of a question.
Part two to that question would be, do you think that black men should reject this like hood gangster culture to improve their public perception?
No, I think hip hop music, for sure, there's violent hip hop music, and there's stuff that is, you probably wouldn't play it at your, grandma's funeral or some shit like that,
Right.
But like, I think for every, crazy lyric, there's an inspirational, uplifting one. For every, for every Larry June, there's a Chief Keef. And sometimes, a lot of times it sounds on the surface level really, really like terrible and kind of bad and stuff like that. And I do Future does have some crazy lyrics. I ain't gonna lie. But Future could say a lot of things that could inspire you too and make you want to get up and get it and be a better person. So I would reject that. I think that's like a mainstream sort of like thing. Just hip hop is very, very central to being a black man. So I don't know. I can't really reject something that's so like in tune with me. So I could see that, but I would have to say, nah, I can't really. Nah, that's too much of a general broad brush.
Do you think that rap hip hop culture affects the way that society views black men?
Yeah. I mean, like even from like the early 2000s, you look at really all the other races kind of get their swag from black people. I'm not gonna lie. Like you kind of could go down the list and all the cool stuff and stuff like that. Like all the sayings that come from like black female artists, all the cool stuff, all the swag, all the drip, the other demographics. It comes from really black music, so and black people in that. So people may disagree with that, but that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of what I see. You can chase the source back to the source. So yeah.
What about you, David?
Well, to answer the first part of the question, I agree with Mikey. I believe, I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. I feel like growing up listening, especially, I grew up in the church. It didn't really the music, but it didn't really shape listening to that type of music. I've been listening to that music, damn near elementary school. Never really shaped me into someone that wants to, want to do these type of acts. It's just something I enjoy listening to. So as it's when people talk about, when like be careful what you listen to, which is true. But I think when you listen to music, it's supposed to give you a feeling when you're listening to it. When I listen to the beat first. And then sometimes I don't even listen to the lyrics. I'm just like some of these mumble rapping.
Yeah.
You know, some of these mumble rappers, some they don't even know.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they saying. Like
just a
he's
vibe.
yeah, it's just a vibe. So for the most part, like maybe I might get crucified for this one, but maybe that's more for the weaker-minded people.
Mm-hmm. I'm not okay. I think you guys are getting the question misconstrued. I'm not saying that it's reshaping the black man. I'm saying does it affect their image?
Yeah, for sure. It affects how you're perceived. Like if I'm going to Target and I'm wearing a do-rag versus if I don't have a do-rag on, because who popularized do-rag? Like 50 Cent, when you say fake 50 Cent,
Soulja
like
Boy.
Soulja Boy, you know what I mean? You know, that's gangster rap, and people that wear do-rags are, thugs and stuff like that. But I'm really just trying to lay my hair down. You know what I mean? I'm really just trying to
Or a bad hair day.
Oh yeah, you have a bad hair day, you know what I mean? So yeah, those are things that kind of seep into, daily life, and it does change people's perspective of you. Like, if you have, 3 chains on, they're gonna be like,
It definitely changes the perspective.
Do you think so?
Does hip hop music change the black man's perspective?
Oh.
I mean, not perspective, but image.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think it does change the image because for other cultures, other races that don't understand black culture and black people, this is all what they have to go off of, is just mainstream media. Then yeah, when you come across a black man that, like you said, may have a do-rag on, and may have chains, designer clothes, yada yada yada, like you're gonna think something of them before you even meet them. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of like lyrics you've heard. You know what I'm saying? The famous people that fit this description as well. This is what you're gonna go off of without you even knowing this person.
I ain't gonna lie, I get it though. And sometimes these niggas be scaring me.
And then once they speak and say something to you, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm understanding. It's it definitely, certain things have a bad rep. Obviously, we don't mean no harm, but we do fit that description.
You know what I'm saying?
So like,
and then like it makes you move throughout life differently too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know how people may perceive you, so you might feel obligated to move a certain way or change how you speak in front of certain people.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why when us black people that in the corporate world, they have that white voice.
Yeah, that corporate voice.
That corporate voice.
Yeah.
Other race, they don't need that. That they just talk how they talk. We have slangs, like other races have slangs, but we have our slangs that a lot of races want to have in their bag.
Because that black man's like perception perceives all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How the world perceives us is gonna come before we even open our mouths when we walk in the room. You know what I'm saying? They already have an idea of us.
You come in with tattoos all over, neck tattoos, chains.
You know what I'm saying?
They already have a assumption. They already know. Some idea.
Are you a rapper? That's where that comes from. Like, you see a successful black man, what are you gonna think? He's an athlete or a rapper?
But I think it's the same thing for. I think we're in that same boat too. Because if somebody walked up here, he's a white dude, and he got a suit on, and or some slacks on. Oh, okay, he look like a businessman. No, he just got out of jail. He just came from court.
But that's the perception that the world views on white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even a white woman could be a mass murderer, but
she
walking down the street,
she come in looking right.
She probably wouldn't even.
What did she look like? What's your name? Sydney Swing or something like that?
Yeah.
They not gonna think nothing.
They're not gonna think twice about it. You know what I'm saying?
If she come in looking like
Don't say it, bro. Don't say it. Don't say it. You just think, well, where is he going, yo?
Where were you going?
Where's your mind? He was,
Yeah. David just be talking.
Yeah, I just be talking sometimes.
He be saying whatever comes to his mind.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey,
good thing.
how do you feel when an ugly female gets at you? Like, how does that make you feel inside?
Everybody's beautiful.
Oh. I almost turned the mic off.
How do you feel?
I honestly, for the first time, I kind of understand like why some females would get mad at like ugly dudes getting at them, because it's like it's almost disrespectful. It's almost I feel disrespectful because it's like you saw me looking how I look, and then you like, you know what, everybody deserves a shot. You got a ball, you gonna shoot the ball.
Right.
But in your mind, that big noggin of yours, you thought whatever I'm gonna say is gonna go well for you right now, looking how you look. So, and I'm not saying looks are everything.
Yeah.
But they're a lie.
They're a lot. That gets the door open.
They're a lie.
That's your initial attraction.
So yeah, I get a little, like, and I gotta look at myself. Like,
Do you appreciate their confidence though?
No. Don't be confident with me. Be confident over there. Don't, go ahead. All women are beautiful.
Yeah.
All women are for me. So, but
Yeah. I'll say that.
How do you feel? You know what I mean? Like, some chop shit started talking to you.
I wouldn't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna take it there. You know what I'm saying?
I keep it respectful.
You keep it respectful.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming up to me, the confidence that you had to come up to me and express how you feel. But that doesn't mean that I have to feel the same way about you. Like, you're just not for me, like you said.
But you look you down and say, I want some fine glass of chocolate milk right now.
I'll get you something from Little Ross.
No, so I appreciate the compliment, but
They got 2% at Ross. Probably about like $4.
No, I want.
But like it's the same thing, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure some females think the same thing about us. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't mean that we're just hideous. We just might not be their type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody for them that probably just thinks they're beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get it. What else? You gotta get the money up.
Yeah. Money does make you handsome. Money does make you more. The more money you get, the more handsome you get. So, you think the bitches actually like Kodak Black? Anyway, my bad. My bad, Kodak. My bad, Kodak.
Ew, Kodak just got it straight.
My bad, Kodak. That was unneeded.
He was walking on the sidewalk. Down.
That was unneeded. That was unneeded. Now, I mean, they usually be saying, the worst she can say is no, right?
Exactly.
Wrong.
I feel like that's for guys that make money, their personality. You know what I'm saying? Like for guys that's just genuinely them, I feel like that the money shit just is a plus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
when you get into that bracket,
yeah,
I think the money's gonna speak louder than your personality for sure.
I feel like your lifestyle is speaking that.
Man, you know what?
What kind of women are we talking about?
The ones you want.
What type of women?
No. I'm just saying if we was already in that bracket, what type of women we talking about? I know it's a lot of women. They just
because I know
with that
because I feel like there's a difference between falling for the person and falling for what they can do for you,
right?
And like the type of life that they can provide.
From the guy's perspective or from the woman's perspective?
From both perspectives.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different fence that you have to play. You know what I'm saying? Some women play that, okay, I just want a man that could provide a certain type of life for me.
Right.
Other than, okay, I want a certain type of man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? Some women and there's some guys that have both. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know what I'm saying? Those are
that's what we trying to do.
those are the hot commodities.
That's New York.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
I
appreciate it. But
he's like, he didn't even know what to say.
He's an up and coming millionaire, man. He's
Amen.
He's gonna
But,
in Jesus' name.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Women have different morals and different needs and different wants, and you gotta be okay with that.
You gotta be okay with that. You gotta be okay with playing the game.
You know what I'm saying?
The game.
You gotta be okay with playing the game.
You know what I'm saying?
You got game?
Now,
in terms of what? With women?
Yeah, I feel like you're Mr. Rizzler. That's what they call you.
I don't know who said that. I
don't
don't talk to
You
any
didn't
women.
just hear the last time they called him Mr. Rizzler?
Yeah. I don't talk to any women.
so you're good. You talk to guys.
And but there's nothing wrong with that, right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
Just
with
let me know.
Happy Pride Month.
We don't want it. touchy,
You say
subject,
okay.
Pride Month.
Touchy, boss.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Why is it touchy?
What you trying to touch on?
Okay,
Let's touch on.
here we go. We don't want to get into that bag. We don't want to get into that bag.
Okay.
We don't want to get into
y'all,
that bag. It's gonna get real. It's gonna get real bad.
Y'all bring the wrong nigga on
It's
here.
gonna get real bad if we get into that bag. I always hated. No, I'm sorry.
No, but
My
like,
fault.
okay,
My
just
bad.
bring it
I was
back.
about to say something crazy.
Yeah. Just before you go there, just
Oh my god.
just let's bring us back. Let's bring us back. What
I know it sounds crazy.
what type of woman would you prefer? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we all strive to be successful, to strive to have a certain type of lifestyle that we want to live and provide a certain type of lifestyle for our loved ones.
Right.
What type of woman would you want to be with? A woman that's here because you can provide for them? Or the type of woman that's here because of the type of man that you are?
I got a question after that too.
Thinking hard. You got
Both,
it. You
both,
got it.
but both could exist at the same time.
So I
as
think.
well.
Well, I think.
My wife could be watching this, so
My wife is not watching.
You said speaking true, bro. You know
It's okay. She's not gonna see this ever.
She's not gonna see this. I don't know. Hopefully not.
I'm glad your wedding day though.
Yeah. Everybody come to the table. We got a video.
We got a video.
Bitches ain't shit,
bro. That's a great question. Damn, say it again so I can just. I'm gonna get it going after you say it.
Would you rather want a woman to fall for you for the type of man that you are, or are they falling for you for the life that you could provide?
I'm gonna say the type of man that I am
Okay. And why is that?
because I can't provide.
You got it.
Okay. Okay.
So I think that's the good. It's tough, man.
I think it just falls one the same. I think that's
Yeah,
I think that falls one
that's
the
a
same.
tough
Like,
question.
who would want to be with someone that can't provide for them?
Right.
Like that's.
That's the like. I mean,
women like money. Women like people that are stable, reliable, and that could provide for them. End of the day, like you could be hella chivalrous and hella romantic and shit, but if you don't got the little, money on,
change.
if you ain't got the little money, then to make the honeys like you.
You can have it for a minute. Like you can have that experience with that woman for a minute, but when she start going on social media, everybody living that lifestyle.
Right.
When you she's gonna start resenting you and all that blah blah, and it's gonna affect you, your manhood and all that. So, like, am I doing this?
I think I feel like this is probably an unpopular opinion that I have. I feel like for sure, if you're not really, I don't want to say, if you really are on a down and out. Not saying if you're not where you are want to be yet. If you are in a down and out, you should not be looking for a female, bro. You gotta get yourself together. You gotta get your mind. You gotta get your mind together. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause there's a lot of horny niggas out here that are horny for the wrong things. Be horny for the bag, not for the the cat.
Say it one more time.
Because when they always, you hear this in many rap songs. When you chase the bag, woman chase you. When you chase a woman, you lose the bag. So, just get your right head in the game.
Yeah.
Get your right head in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
You leading with the wrong head.
Yeah. Facts. That's a lot of men's downfall.
Man,
It's a lot of
We
men.
was talking about
Shout out Shannon.
Lust.
Yeah, us just chasing after women.
We think about that.
Shout out Mr. Sharp.
What you think about that whole situation?
Hey man, he was a little freaked out, man. I get it. Sometimes you just get a little freaked out. You know what I mean? But that's kind of what it goes back to. You got to go back to what you know. You got to go back to the black woman. I ain't gonna lie. You play in the snow, but you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Everyone love.
Get real slippery.
Everyone love to play in the snow until it's a snowstorm.
It's gonna get real slippery. Get real slippery down there. Once that snow, it can get sticky there too.
So you think that the snow is here for the wrong reason?
Snow, you gotta see now snow. Too much of snow is always a bad thing. You can get snowed in. Now you can't go anywhere. You can
You're
get
stuck in the snow.
You're trapped.
You can get snow on your roof. Now you got leakage. Snow gets into your home. You don't really want it to be there. You don't want it to be there. You gotta keep it on the outside. So you might make a snowman play in the snow a little bit. You know what I mean? Then it melts away. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's good and bad things to everything in life.
Of course.
Now, is a snow is the snow attracted to the man, or is the snow attracted to the lifestyle?
The lifestyle.
Lifestyle for sure.
How many white girls you see with broke niggas?
Come on now.
Hold on now. So you think the snow is exploiting young successful black men?
Get him, Dr. Umar.
I started to sit like this, but I was about to listen to what you was about to say.
So you think they're exploiting? I think you know. It's
No,
like,
don't say I. I'm asking you.
You asked the question.
I'm asking the question. I'm like, do you think the snow is exploiting the successful? No. I'm asking the question.
I think there's for sure a lot of wonderful women out there, white, black, and other. So I guess let me put my little disclaimer out there. But I feel like, you know, the athletes and so I'm not gonna speak for them, but I feel like for sure they be caught up in like more like the, you know, the look of it all, the rizz of it all, you know me more. Now being as a black as you understand that, you gotta understand, like, you know, they with you for a reason, like, you gotta just have your fun, you know what I mean? But that sounds terrible.
That's some self-awareness.
Now I've heard this from a successful black man that is with a non-black woman.
Non-black woman.
This is his take. I'm not going to name drop him for his sake, but
No, you are.
he knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? His answer to that question was, it was the opposite way around. He says, since they've already come with a certain level of status and money and a certain lifestyle,
Sorry, go ahead.
that he felt when he was dating black women that the black women were exploiting him for the lifestyle that he could provide because they didn't come from that.
I think for sure, like, you meet anybody when you on top, you gotta have some, you know, perception skills, you know what I mean? Because when you're on top, you know, if David's on top of the mountain, I may be like rocking with David just because he's on the top of the mountain. But David doesn't, that'll be hard for him to perceive if I'm really winning just because he's David or just because he's on the top of the mountain. So I feel like when you're with somebody, I feel like what would kind of attract me to a female is knowing, like, time spent, like how she's been with me through my, you know, gradual growth, and, you know, we kind of spend time together, and I know, you know, when bad times, good times, she's there with me, and I'll take that into account. But if you just with me and like things have just been good since you've been here, okay, I'm probably gonna be a little wary of you, no matter if you're black, white, or other, because, you know, when the sun stops shining, how are you?
I heard somebody say, you know, is the female, obviously, is the female okay with is she going to fall in love with the person that you are now or the person that you're growing into be in the future? And I heard a lady, she said, I fell in love with you, but I fell in love with the person that you're going to become. And I was like, damn, that got me. I was like, that was crazy. Cause like, people, you know, people not just when people fall in love with the person they are, and I understand it, that this person has way more room to grow, and you don't know exactly who that person is when they get to that person.
So she bet on the potential, not who.
No, I'm saying she that's the thing, and that's that rare type of love when you love who they are now, and also love who they're going to become as they're growing.
Right.
But some people, they okay now, but see the potential. That's what I'm saying, banking on the potential.
Right.
They see the potential. That's what you see in college. You're gonna be number one pick. You look good now, but you're gonna be number one pick.
Yeah.
All right, let's start an investment.
Let's open up a rock.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Get that ROI real quick. So that's what I think that's where people need to find is, are they okay with the person they are right now, not just now, because it's the opposite too. People are okay with the person they are now, but then when they turn into that next person, they're like, oh,
I didn't know it came with all
I didn't know it came on it. You're not. This is the famous saying. You're not who I thought you were. Yeah, it's been 5 years. I'm not be the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm developing. I'm learning. I'm growing. Like, you know, I'm not a finished product. You know, I've learned things. I experienced things. Are you okay with going along the ride with me? Are you ready for that? That's why marriage is so, like you said, it's so sacred, because it's not just you guys are just in love just for that moment. It's like we do to death do us part.
Right.
So from here on out to death, we're not the same person. We're gonna be two different people. Especially you don't have kids yet. We're gonna be two different people 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when we have kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why marriage is so sacred. People, I want to be married.
I think that's why it's so important for like young guys to just be themselves while they're dating.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys try to impress women. You know what I'm saying? I always say don't impress, just be impressive.
It's recorded.
It's recorded.
I was saying, you don't have to try to be impressive when you just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be impressive to the woman that's for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be yourself.
Just
bro.
be yourself.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of dudes that just go out. Oh, I gotta drive the nice whip to go pick her up.
Some niggas
I gotta
rent the cars.
renting cars to go date women.
You been there before, man?
I've never heard of that actually.
Borrowing their friends' clothes to go on dates with women to impress them.
I used to borrow my uncle jeans. He was a size 40. So I did
40.
like
40 anything is crazy.
40 ways. I'm joking. I ain't used to do that. I'm joking.
He said 40 anything.
Uncle was Uncle Phil.
Phil.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
Phil.
and then like, okay, boom, now you're introducing her to a certain type of
Lifestyle
that
up
you
with.
can't keep up with. It's a lie. It's a persona that you're trying to give off.
You know where I like to go for first dates, really, to that point. For sure, you gotta maintain the risk. But like, I like to do like, I'm a date goer. I like to go on dates. I love to go on activities with females and stuff. But the first day I like to go on usually is bowling.
Okay.
I gotta see the competitive juices.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
I like
Do you care about losing? Does it bother you?
Does it bother
How
you?
skilled are you?
Yes.
Are you coordinated? Are you gonna fall over? You know what I mean? I gotta see, because you know, really, we're already scouting. You know what I mean? We're already scouting. So when you see the coordination, you're like, okay, I might be able, you know,
Yeah, we can work with that.
I might be able to procreate. You know.
Yeah.
I've been good with that. I've been more like on the competitive juices. I like to see, like you said, do you care? Like,
Do you care about stuff?
like, do you care about stuff? Like, cause I ain't gonna just be, I ain't the type of nigga to just give you a win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna date me, we gonna have some, we gonna be butting heads. So it's like that's the inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen.
Right.
So I gotta see, how do you respond to, you're gonna lose, so how do you respond to adversity? Let me see.
How do you respond to adversity? Can you bounce back?
Can you bounce back? Are you gonna cry, pout? Like, how you gonna respond?
What's something a woman could beat you in that would really actually get you bothered? Like what the hell? I just lost for this.
I'll say this one story. This one girl, she, I don't know how, but she beat me 2 times in a row, and it's my sport, basketball. But it was like the arcade.
I got beaten at
The arcade
last
one.
week.
I was getting so pissed because my shit kept hitting the back of the iron. Like, every time I followed through, it was perfect, and it kept hitting. And she was just like, backboard.
She had a plan.
And I'm like, I paced around the whole arcade. I was just like, I'm not liking this, man. Let's run it back. Got me again. I was like, we're done.
Oh, she got you twice.
She beat me twice.
I have my redemption.
Nah, she beat me twice. The series was 1-2. I got the first win.
Oh, okay.
It was best out of me.
So she's a fast learner. That's what I'm doing.
I think God. I think she was just on. God just had her way. God was just like,
How
we're
about
gonna win today.
How about
She's making it.
How about when y'all play 2K and she brought you out?
It's never happened.
No,
in life.
no, I'm
It's never happened.
no, I'm saying, well, like, what are you sitting there?
I can't even imagine that happening. Like,
Boy.
if a girl beat me in 2K, I don't know if I can date her.
But she might be the one for you though. That means she's trained.
You're not gonna date a
She's got-
girl just because she beat
she's
you in a
got-
video
she's
game,
got a
David.
lot- She's got a lot of practice and experience.
Maybe she just likes games, David.
She should have told me that.
Hey, she gonna
She
press
beat me in
start at the end.
2K, the game I'm like played my whole life.
This could be the woman for you.
But that
and
could
you
be.
just gonna
But
deny
here,
her because she beat you in 2K.
imagine that y'all could be in the crib chilling. She probably making you better. She can make you better. And you.
How did she get better?
We're talking.
How did she get good at?
Don't
at
worry
2K?
about
We're
that.
talking about 2K.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
How did she get good at 2K?
That
Please
reminds,
tell me.
That reminds you of another red flag. That's one red flag if she beat you in 2K. Another red flag is I just saw this recently with a homegirl. She showed up and she had Nike socks on. Don't wear Nike socks.
Elite?
They were dry fits Nike socks.
Okay. Dry fit
Come on now.
But they were also mismatching.
Come on now.
So
Come on now.
Yeah,
You gotta think. You gotta
Mismatched
think,
socks at
Ken.
this grown age is.
You gotta think, Ken.
That's
That's like you taking a girl, boom, and you taking her to go to the gym, and her everything she know how to work out, and she's doing more than you are.
Man, who's the man?
We're
the woman.
I can't. You know, I never experienced that. But how would you feel? Like she's
I just feel like
you
damn,
you grabbed the 25, she grabbed the 30.
better get stronger.
Okay.
Like.
Next question.
Next question. No, I'm saying, like, okay, you've been in the gym for real. Like, okay, like I don't have a problem with that. No, it's not.
I was just saying, just see where your mind. But 2K definitely. I'm not doing that.
Maybe because y'all is actually game. I'm not really a gamer.
Yeah,
like
like
that.
if she do this, I remember I seen this on TikTok. She do this. You know the all-time teams.
Yeah.
So you know what's the name? You know for the OKC Thunder, you know James Harden's off the bench.
Yeah.
If she decides,
She subbed him in?
before the game.
That's elite ball knowledge.
Thank you. She do that.
Somebody
First of all, I'm gonna whoop your ass in this game and leave.
No. Say okay. Say y'all playing all time teams,
Right.
and then you trying to like take it easy. So you pick like some weak team, Hornets or some shit,
That's a lot of confidence.
and she go, okay, I'm gonna go OKC, and you think, oh, okay, it don't matter, you can have that
Here
too.
we go.
If she go sub James Harden,
As soon as I see that,
you gonna reset the game.
Kemba Walker's gonna have 50. Kemba Walker's gonna have 50, and whoever scores. But as soon as I see that, I'm already knowing what's gonna happen. I'm already knowing what's happening. So I haven't played that many women in 2K, but I'll tell you, I'm undefeated.
I don't think I've played anyone.
I'm undefeated. But if it gets to a point where it's like that, man, you know, maybe I gotta be more mature on that. Because if I lose, even if I lose it down there, I'm like, what am I talking about? It's like
Probably not. I'm not really a gamer like that, so it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, I'll be playing in a minute, but yeah, it's like. But even to I wanted to speak on the gym real quick. Oh, let me make sure this is going. I need to make sure people are listening to this.
I wish I was a gamer too.
Damn, I feel like I'm so embarrassed at my grown age now. Like, I remember I being young, I used to be my mom play games. Now I'm too busy wanting to play games. But
I haven't been on. I got my own PS5, but I'm gonna be on it.
I know younger me would be disappointed right now.
Yeah, it's like I'll be on it. But hey, I'm gonna make time for GTA.
No, yeah, when GTA 6 come out, I'll rock
I'll
out.
make some time for it. I'll make some time.
My PlayStation's been unplugged for months now, I'm not gonna lie.
When GTA 6 come out, I gotta make time for that. Just a little bit.
I feel like the only time I even turn on the game is I'm like playing like
Yeah,
NCAA
yeah.
or Madden
Right.
with my friends or something.
Right.
Like we get a couple games
Yeah,
and we have
yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
like I'm not just like
I haven't
religiously playing the game.
I haven't made it my career in like 4 years.
That's all good.
like
That was cool.
like that was like dedication to the game. But I want to talk. I'm not talking to Donnie about. I mean, not the King about the gym. Talk about that Gold's Gym era. What was that? how like is it patched?
Yeah, is it better, you mean?
No, is it like done?
See, the thing thing about Gold Gym Cerritos, depending on when you go, we were just talking about this before, it's definitely different vibes. For sure, there's only gym like that in the area. It's a nice gym. And sometimes people kind of treat it like a club more than just kind of there to work out. And I get it. Sometimes that may be the only time these friends got us social guys. It's just like 6 people in the gym. And then also another thing, I never get mad at them. Like I good, go ahead, show it off. But sometimes it's a little like, okay, it's a little much. But like, I never, go ahead, go crazy.
Yeah, do you think?
I'm never going to tell women to do anything.
That's not my place.
Yeah, but I don't even live in Cerritos no more, so I don't even going up there. So
I was,
you used to be Mr. Gold Gym Cerritos, though. Actually,
Mr. Gold Gym Cerritos was very crazy.
No, that was
you used to be mayor.
What?
You used to be mayor. You used to be.
Oh man,
like they could have gave you a sponsorship. Or
that was crazy. Gold's Gym is, I think it's kind of where I started doing a lot more social media, I'll say. So I'll give it credit for that.
Right.
But Gold's Gym Cerritos. Gold's Gym Cerritos is definitely it's gotten completely out of hand.
You had a good playbook though. I'll say that.
I had a vision.
You had a no. You had a you said yeah. I'm trying to divert. You had a good. I ain't gonna lie. I like what he was doing. I was kind of mad that he did it first though too. I was kind of like, damn. When you see someone got a good idea, like, oh, I should have thought of that. He wasn't interviewing people. He was only interviewing bad bitches.
Okay. I interviewed y'all. What's up?
I ain't never had an interview now once. Look at that, Mikey.
Well, I didn't interview you?
No.
Oh shit.
But I wasn't even tripping because I saw the vision.
I saw the vision.
Hey, and I saw it play it off. David used to be at the gym. Used to see him in the morning, whatever. And it'd be some nice looking young lady. And he just played the card. You know what I mean? Hey, I had this boom boom boom. Here the page. It's good. It worked.
You know me, like he had the game plan, but I was like the offensive coordinator up in the booth.
Okay.
So boom. So boom, I knew the whole game plan too.
He's just
he'll
smiling. He's
come to the gym, scope the scenery out, right?
Right.
Boom. You see an attractive female. All right, boom. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get a pump in. Look, I'm gonna get a pump in. I'm gonna take my shirt off.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just white beater.
Okay.
Go over there. Say my little, I got a TikTok. We interview people.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? You look like you be in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Would you like to be on my TikTok? You see, this is what we do.
You gotta give it that evidence.
You know what I'm saying? He gave it evidence like this is what we do. You be like, oh, I know her. Like, oh, that's your friend? Yeah, she did a great interview. Yeah, she really liked it. Would you want to be on there? Oh, you do? Kendo! Bring the tripod, bring the camera. This nigga had this big ass tripod.
Damn.
He had the biggest tripod for the iPhone.
Like, bro, just hold the iPhone.
Nigga had the biggest.
Just hold the iPhone, bro.
This nigga had the biggest tripod for a fucking iPhone.
Yeah,
I would be yelling like I'll be on the other side of the gym. Kendo!
Yeah, man.
You said yeah.
I saw it.
Man, we'll be in that motherfucker for like 4 hours.
I definitely I guess you could say it's crazy. I mean, I interviewed guys too, like I had a sprinkle on it. I couldn't show them the full.
Look,
you know what
like
I'm
I
saying?
said, you had a good plan, but you diversified it up a bit. You diversified the portfolio.
Exactly.
You're speaking it for your homies and so those guys it's
come
cool.
on now, there's a whole bunch of women on there, like it's cool.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing it no more, so we didn't be transparent.
So you don't have to answer. Did anything come from any of your interviews?
What do you mean by that?
Did anything come from any of your interviews?
No, we kept it very business casual.
You never.
I'll say this. Okay.
Why are you listening?
I'm waiting on him to respond.
I just
the goal was never to. The goal was to.
You can't even talk right now, bro. You hear this nigga? Hey, look,
frozen up.
let me give you time so when a nigga about to lie, bro. When a nigga about to lie.
Hey.
One, when you taking a lot of pauses.
I'm trying to
And
collect my
David is
thoughts.
the worst liar.
I gotta collect my thoughts. But I just say that wasn't the goal. You know, people always ask me about that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, nah. I always say I don't know if it's on camera, but
Just speak.
the goal was the goal. If I was ever to like think like that, I was trying to see what outside of the gym look like basically their friends. You get what I'm saying? Like basically, you get one girl, boom, she does her project, she does her interview, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times, good looking women have good looking friends that don't be at the gym.
Okay, so you were exploiting the
Not
beautiful
exploiting,
women
just
at the gym for
no.
their friends.
That was never. See, that's the problem. Y'all trying to get me into this little.
I'm just
No,
asking
no.
a question.
Because my goal was never to like be with that with any of the. I don't like to be like that with women.
Right.
Yeah, like that with women at the gym.
Okay.
I don't like to. I've experienced that a good couple times. I like kept goals very professional.
Right.
But so got some random followers from mutual accounts.
He's good.
Got some random.
Good.
I didn't even think of that.
Got some
He's
random.
good.
My
Hey,
bag didn't
I
even go to that.
just
So.
I just say
He was in his bag with that one.
I got some random followers from some mutual accounts, and
You know what?
we'll keep it there.
We'll keep it there.
That is
I'm not
elite
even
ball
gonna-
out.
Yeah, I didn't even.
I should have kept it basketball. We should have kept it basketball.
Okay, speaking of basketball, this is a random thought that came into my head. I'm gonna do that. I ain't gonna blow up your spot. But what was your moment when you realized, oh, I'm not going to the league?
Oh, I know his.
I play
You know
football.
mine?
I think I know yours.
What was mine?
Tyler.
It was definitely that summer though. It was before Tyler though.
That was before Tyler.
Yeah, it was before Tyler. I think it was like either like a camp or a practice I had with like California Supreme, and then they had like Sharif, Bobo, all those guys, and one time my team, this wasn't the top team with all them on it. I was on like the lower team up under them starting the summer. So we played for them in a tournament. So we're playing their level of competition. I'm in the game. I'm in the game, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. Shot goes up, usually shot goes up. You go, you probably try to feel a body or box somebody out. Boom, comes off the rim. I'm like, okay, I'm about to get the rebound. Why do I just feel a body jump over me to put back dunk the ball?
And who was that?
And I jumped too. I'm like, okay, I'm about to get the rebound. No, you're not.
No, you're not. I'll take this.
No, you're not. That's when I figured out, okay, there's levels to
Wait,
this.
who
I don't know. He ended up going to play like I think at Cal or something like
okay.
that. But that's when I realized, okay, there is a physicality and athleticism level to this that I'm just not doing.
Click free after that.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you're good at your level of competition, but there's levels.
I would even say the pros. Like you said, I wouldn't even say the pros. I'll say collegiate level.
Yeah. I'll say that. I'm not going to D1.
I don't even know if you remember me, but Ethan Anderson.
He does not.
He doesn't. I mean, he broke Anderson. He broke
I'm
Anderson.
doesn't.
not going to do it now.
Ethan Anderson. I played him.
He played at SC though, right?
Yeah. He's I know his dad very well. I played Ethan Anderson. We played park ball back in the day, and I was one of the guys. Park ball. With him too. Like, I remember going head to head with him.
Right.
Then this nigga just got big as hell. This nigga just got big as hell. Played him in AAU. We knew of each other, and this nigga just got really good. And I was like, college. I don't know about that one. And then I didn't have like an actual moment. I just knew his physicality was good.
Right.
Just seeing him being able to shoot the ball very well, and I was known I was a decent shooter. Like I could shoot, but for him, he was able to get up there. He was a big physical guard, and I was just like I can't compete with that.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing. It's like playing higher level competition. Like when you're playing teams that's like basically everybody on this team is going to play Division I college basketball. It's a totally different game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the physicality, the athleticism, the size of the players. Like, it's totally different. It doesn't make you not good. It's just levels. It's just a different level of basketball.
It's just levels. So yeah, when I seen Ethan, and then even we seen even Leanna's brother Evan Anderson. Shout out to him, man. He was damn near built like a tank.
I think he was buff, right? Yeah,
he was good.
Looked like Leandro Ball. Yeah, I remember practicing with him. He hit me with a shoulder during practice. I was like, God damn, this is football or like so. But yeah, when I experienced that, I knew my basketball career was going to come to an end next 2 years. So.
You could probably go play college. Like I feel like I could have probably went to go play college at a lower level college, but definitely not no major level Division I.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
I got to be an elite shooter.
Elite defender, elite everything.
I got to be damn near step.
Like for you to make it to the league under 6'3", you are incredibly good.
Right.
You have to be elite.
All your niggas Bronny James.
How about you, Mikey? When did you realize you wasn't going to the league?
Well, I know it look, 6'3" really, but sometimes my height fluctuates.
The angle is a little bit off. So.
Sometimes my height fluctuates. So in a former like he's like 5'7", so I remember we were playing. I went to Los Angeles High School, which like it has a really good football program, very historic in Southern California here. I remember we had a summer passing league, and just kind of how you played against some pros or some D1 players. I remember we were in passing league with Mater Dei, and if anyone knows anything about Mater Dei, they breed athletes and power play level. So
I don't know.
I remember we you kind of wait for games to start because you may have a game break, whatever. So I remember I was watching them play against Sarah, and this is when Amon Ra was there, and what's his name? Not Jason.
St. Brown.
Amon Ra St. Brown. Yes, Amon Ra St. Brown, one of the physical line. Yeah. So, and I think what's the quarterback?
Prolo.
Yeah.
I'm trying sure. Like,
I think JC Daniels. Is that his name? JC Daniels? No, that's not JC Daniels.
Jaden? No, not
Nah,
Jaden.
he was hella good for Mater Dei. But anyways, he was there, right? So I'm watching. I'm looking at him. I'm like, you're not. This is when he was like still in high school. I'm like, you're not really like that big. I'm like, you're not really that cool. And I seen him like hike the ball, and this nigga ran so fast from here to here. It was like a goal line fade. I remember sitting at the back of the end zone, and there's 2 niggas on him. I seen this nigga jump so high with a ball over 2 niggas and like pirouette like in the air, like twisting and toe tap, and then he landed like near me, whatever. And I'm just like, man, I'm now standing up close to him. Oh, there is a difference.
Okay.
And then what made it worse was like we were about to play him next, and I played running back in the corner, and I said to myself, "There's no way I'm guarding that nigga." There's no way I'm guarding that nigga. So that was kind of like all right. The look in his eye, like I ain't seen someone that looked like I thought I cared about sports. His look in his eyes, like he wanted to kill somebody.
He gonna die for it.
Yeah, he gonna say that's when I understood.
Shout out St. Brown, man. Shout out the Lions.
Yeah.
Shout out Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit Lions have a very good team.
They got a great team.
They ain't fuck with the team, though.
How you feel about fantasy season, man?
Man, yeah. We'll wrap it like it's done. I mean, I think this for sure my year. You some bums sit next to me are not gonna be. So, this year I did finish last or so. However, before you rise, you must fall. That's all I'll say.
I think it's a little bit more.
I'm the only one on the pod. I'm the only one on the pod with a
bottomless pit.
I'm the only one on the pod with a championship ring.
You won this year?
I won in our league.
It was a 6-man.
Oh, That was before, man.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
won.
Hey, that's like that's
I've
like
won.
winning a ring before the Super Bowl was a thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like,
yeah,
I won.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's like winning in the NBA. You won in the ABA league. Not ABA league, but
Yeah.
you was in the league too. Okay.
He trying to downplay
Hey,
because he wasn't the one that
hey,
won. I won.
I was dealing with injuries that year, cuz. I was dealing with injuries.
Everybody deals with injuries every year.
But you can't be alright. Like, say we play like 8 years later, 8 years from now. You got like an 8-year
I don't give a
track
damn.
record.
I
You still
still
gonna,
have a ring.
and you say you don't win in them 8 years. You can't close with them. You still gonna go back to the.
I have a ring.
Yeah.
I have.
Hell no.
I've won. I'm a winner. I'm a champion.
6-man league, you won.
I'm a champion.
What's the percentage out of 6? That's gotta be like
Well, they count that for the Boston Celtics though.
18. You got an 18% chance
I'm a winner.
to win.
I'm a winner.
You know our percentage of the 12-man league?
I'm a winner.
It's gotta be below 10.
I'm a
Yes,
winner.
it's gotta be like below 10. I think it's like 8 or something. The math.
It's gotta be like it's gotta be below 10, 8 something.
Yeah, 8 points.
You got a 10-point percentage advantage.
You did too, nigga.
Oh my
You
God.
did too, nigga.
Hey, that's
I was like, yeah, I definitely, I'm gonna make a clip for it, but anybody that's wanna come and join, we ain't gonna get everybody back. I don't think we're gonna make everybody there to come back. I think it's for sure about 8 of us for sure that's coming back. Shout out Sergio, Mo, Sims, who else was in there? Cheston. I forgot who else was in there. But yeah,
Gary getting cut, sorry.
Gary wasn't in there. Gary, you was terrible. Gary was terrible. That was 2 years ago. Gary,
yeah.
Gary and Zach were terrible. Zach he didn't even play.
Yeah.
Oh, in fantasy.
Yeah, Zach was terrible. He was calling me, hey, you know how to make a trade? We in week 8. The fuck you mean when you make a trade?
Man, you know what the annoying shit about trades? You know what the annoying shit about trades be? Is that I don't need this shit painful, man. It's like when you trade somebody and they start balling after you trade them, man.
That is good. And there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
Man, I understand.
That's why you gotta look at the schedule. Look who they play for the next couple of games. It's gonna be some hard. If you see the Eagles, Chiefs, fucking.
Well, you never know, because sometimes the niggas have, like, Jawan Jennings might go for 15 and 2 touchdowns on the Eagles. You like, how does Jawan Jennings?
That's why your draft gotta be strong. Not your starters, but when you drafted your bench players, that depth is important.
Depth, bro.
Why are you trading Jawan Jennings?
Why am I trading
Oh, Jawan Jennings. I'm thinking about another Jennings. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
From the San Francisco.
Yeah, 49ers.
Yeah. That's because niggas was hurt. You know,
Hey.
Ayuk was hurt and Debo's hurt.
But you wouldn't be able to really know that until niggas get hurt. And
After they get hurt, it's over.
After they get hurt, you know what I
It's
mean?
over.
Now his value goes up, and now the niggas not trying to trade
Yeah,
him.
that nigga Brent Jennings, Jawan Jennings, he was like a top 5 receiver for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, bro, and he fought for cliff.
He know, it was bad.
Yeah. I remember he had scored like damn near 60 points in fantasy
I remember
against the
that game.
Rams or some
I
shit
remember
like that.
That was ridiculous.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. I'm not even gonna lie. That was
He
ridiculous.
went crazy.
But yeah, anything you have to say?
Man, I wanted to shout y'all out for this amazing work. You know, I love it. Like I was saying before, I love the consistency. I love to see y'all shine. You know, I'm really supporting y'all. Just stay on it. Y'all got a great thing going on here. It's hella fun. You know, just big ups to y'all for I'm just supporting y'all.
We appreciate it.
I'm a fan.
Know what I'm saying? Do you think you got any advice that you would wish somebody told your younger self? Know what I'm saying? That you could have learned from and probably, you know, maneuvered past some hurdles that you came across.
I think it's okay to make mistakes, and you're never in a rush to succeed, because when you succeed is when you're supposed to succeed. As long as you stay focused and keep a good host of people around you, you know, you'll be good. And just trust yourself, believe in yourself, and have a plan. If you don't plan to succeed, you plan to fail.
That's a fact.
I ain't seen nothing that nobody does hurt before.
But sometimes you gotta keep it simple. You ain't gotta come up with the best, you know, the best phrase, the best quotes. You know, some people you gotta keep it simple. And sometimes you just gotta keep hammering it in until they understand, like, okay, this life is not that hard. Keep it simple. So I'm already understanding that. But yeah, so Mikey, man, we was little. I was talking to Kim about. We was a little bit like more serious, more like with Injack, but you know we want to be able to show both sides of the of our pod
Right.
because you know we don't want to be we want to be very versatile. We want to be able to show both sides. Like
Right.
we're way more. We keep it at a minimum, but we're way more goofier.
Show your personality, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Show
we
your personality.
definitely goofier, and then, you know I wanted to be able to show like we can keep it serious, and then we can definitely have fun. And,
Right.
you know, we can definitely just flip the switch. So just being able to have that with you, be able to just goof around. I wish Donnie was here, but that means you got to come back again.
And I'll be honored. I'll be honored.
I know when Donnie watches, he's gonna be like, "Damn, I should be here."
I think it's only right for me to, you know what I'm saying, kind of read off some of the comments that we had from our live.
We had comments.
Yeah,
Oh,
we had
wow.
some comments.
Man,
So-
that sounds crazy. I
Oh,
should say
man.
that.
So we got this is from the real Rico.
The
He
real
says,
Rico. Shout out Rico.
Size
coming
3,
back.
size 3 ass Kobe's.
Wow.
Damn.
You know what, Rico? When I see him, I'm smack you on top of your head.
And then we got Slicky. Somebody said Slicky said not the Kobe's outside.
Damn. All right, that's two. That's two.
Yeah, man. Why everybody getting on the Kobe's today, man?
He probably don't even got no Kobe,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Or he-
Is it 3?
he or she.
It is bright. They are bright as hell on the phone.
They are bright.
But they fire though.
I don't even
You seen the reverse? You seen the reverse?
The Virgin, yeah, I think that was a club. I'm like, yo,
Oh,
I fuck with those though.
RP Kobe, man. They just gotta show respect.
You know what I'm saying?
Bean,
Keep that
RP
mama
Bean.
mentality alive.
RP Bean.
You know what I'm saying?
There's only two.
Only 2.
We'll take those two though. We'll take those two.
No, I'm
We'll take those
saying.
two. Look, you start small. Look, next year's gonna be 200.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I absolutely can't wait. But sometimes somebody said like when you got a small account, you gotta envision and picture that your account's already big.
Right.
Because once you get to that point, you gotta be okay. Basically, right now, he said, you gotta be okay with talking to yourself. Talking to yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Because once you get to that level, sometimes when people get to that level, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to deal with it. So many people like commenting is like, but once you already establish it, you know, because it's gonna take time to get to the level you want to. But once you already like used to talking to yourself, and then now you got actual people talking back, it becomes easy. It becomes easy. I think that's what Kai said. That's what just the big streamer said. That's all that loud. I know ain't nobody get it right now at the instant, but I'm envisioning like as soon as I turn it on, put it to 2,000 people. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta envision that too.
The greats were never acknowledged when they first started their craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kobe wasn't. Everybody didn't know Kobe when he first touched the basketball.
I don't know. I don't know who Bean was, but we all know who Bean is
You know
now.
who he is
You know
now.
who Bean is. So everybody don't know who Twin Pod is, but I say like I told Mikey, people are talking. People are checking it up.
Right.
I think I just checked on the dashboard for Instagram. We got 31,000 views in the last like 20 days. People are watching. People are talking. They might not be following, but they damn sure looking,
They
watching,
see you.
talking. They damn sure see us. So, and there's conversations being had about the Twin Pod. And that's all we want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Y'all come on down. If they invite you, come on down. It's definitely chill. Definitely fun.
Definitely.
Definitely chill.
I need a direct message to Kayla.
No, yeah, Kayla, come on. I'll come back with If I came with Kayla.
Oh, Kayla, you deaf? Okay.
Hey.
If I came with Kayla, I'll have her. No, yeah.
Tell it to I need a clear video. I need a clear clip.
Kayla, this is for you. Come on down. Let's have fun. Have fun with them. Vibe out.
You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you know. Just get your hair done. Come on down.
We got Don Julio too, Caleb.
We got down with
If you need an extra incentive, we can bring the Don Julio too.
We'll put it right here on the table.
Yeah.
We get access to it all. We get shots ready. As soon as you walk in, we'll be ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, we've been wanting. Kayla's been on the fence about it. She's been liking it, but then she's like, I don't know.
I'm probably gonna talk to her.
Yeah, just let her know. Like, you know, I said I think she would be more welcome if she seen you on here first.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna have a female on next week, so I think we'll be more comfortable having a female on. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I've been wanting Kayla for sure. I've been she's the right person to have on this.
Kayla's amazing.
Kayla is a cool.
Kayla's the right one to have on this pod, so it's definitely be fun to have her eventually. Definitely by this summer, I want her on this pod. But yeah, anything else y'all need to say before we keep going? Go ahead, man. Did you have a verse? We get one.
Denied verse.
We get you got one? Can you find one for us?
Let me do my magic.
Give it a second. Give it a second. It's mandatory. We got to. We got to keep that tradition going. You ain't gotta go full in debt. Just give out a verse for somebody. There's millions of them. Into that Zechariah 3:16, Job 4:5, Deuteronomy. You know what Donnie did? He did Genesis 1:1.
He just prayed for it.
I said, I knew he was doing. I'm like, he for sure didn't do his homework. He was like, I'm gonna do Genesis 1:1. Sorry for the about to wrap it up in a little bit. Someone gave us a gift last time. I don't know how that correlates, like how money was. So it's about like, I don't know, it's like $2 about like $7.
My first paycheck was $25. It's 75 cents. I'ma frame it.
Ain't no frame. I'm just gonna give you the 3/4 from my damn car.
Absolutely.
Would you want to email or something?
Yeah, man.
Okay, we'll give you email. I'll give you email. Yeah, really good pod, man. We definitely gotta end off on the right note. Without that, none of this would be possible. What you got plans today, Mike? You got parties to go to?
Actually, yeah, I do got a homegirl pool party. You got it?
Oh, she just invited me this morning. Bailey.
Happy birthday, Bailey.
Happy birthday, Bailey.
Happy birthday, Bailey. You get invited.
She said reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Bailey.
Happy birthday, Bailey. But yeah, I'm really just chilling after that, you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes the weeks just kind of go by, but like, I like to, when people ask you to show up, you show up for them. So.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that, because last time we asked you when you came to Dynasty, so
Yeah.
you know that you're a man of your word, so.
If I can, I will.
I got one right here. I got a verse. Proverbs 24:16. We got. Damn, I just lost it. I just lost it that quick.
I'm trying to find it.
Are you on the actual Bible?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
That is not what I just read.
24:16, you said? Or
Proverbs
6?
I ain't got my phone.
16 or 6?
16.
For a righteous man may fall 7 times and rise again, but the wicked shall fall by calamity.
But that's not what I just read. Like, I swear I read something else.
What did you read?
Yeah.
I read. It was something like, if you fall in the day of adversity, your strength is small.
Oh, you know what? You know what?
You looked that up on Safari.
You know what verse I'll do?
Hold on, chat. The lights we got. I hope it's like 2,000.
Okay, I think I got one. I'm gonna have to edit this up. Okay, no, I got one that kind of speaks to me that my sister actually kind of gave me game on some months ago now. John 9:4 states, I must work the works of him that sent me when it is day. For when the night comes, no man can work. Now, that means to me, you could just read it like when it's daytime, you work, and when it's nighttime, you can't work. I think for me, that means like as you still are young and able-bodied and kind of have that drive and have that, opportunity in front of you while it's still daytime for you. You gotta get it in. You know, you gotta use these months, years now to really push forward, because when it's nighttime, meaning when you kind of past your prime, I guess, when you don't really have the opportunity in front of you no more, you can't work then. So let's use the, you know, the time you have now, like in our 20s, you know, we need to put that grind in, and you know, because when it, you know, when it ends, it ends. So, you know.
All right. I like that. Take advantage of the moment.
Of the moment.
Yeah.
Right now.
Wise words from a wise man.
I like that.
All right, man. It's been another great episode 12.
So, actually, I'll give him one more since I did find it. Proverbs 24:10.
Right.
Verse 10. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small.
Let us know, man.
You know what I'm saying? What I get from that is if you
Hold on. Go with your right hand.
alright. So what I got from that is if you come across adversity and you're not facing it head on, you're kinda like, I don't think I wanna do this. You know what I'm saying? That just shows how strong you are, whether it's mentally or just physically or just emotionally. You know what I'm saying? You just don't have the strength to fight through adversity. But for those who fight through adversity, whether you fail, whether you come out on top, it's just a testament to your strength. You know what I'm saying? Fail or winning. You know what I'm saying? You're strong regardless, because even if you fail, you're learning from facing this situation. Then you can come back even stronger. You know what I'm saying? To face it again. And you come over past adversity, and then you face another adversity. That's where you get your confidence, like we were talking about last week. So that's what I took from there.
Say the scripture again.
Proverbs 24:10.
Proverbs 24:10.
If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small.
Big. I like that. We got a double scripture this
Know what I'm saying?
Legendary pod, man. Legendary.
Legendary.
Hey man, it's been another good episode 12. It's a pleasure having my boy Mikey, man. This is, you know, it's a guy I love. I know you got lots more to say, so we definitely gonna put it in the air right now. We're gonna have Mikey and Kayla on here. That's gonna be legendary. Big legendary, all caps.
All caps. All caps.
So yeah, it's been a good episode of Twin Pod, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching YouTube, whatever y'all watching on live, wherever y'all watching on. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna see you in episode 13. We got a great guest for y'all, episode 13. So
make sure y'all like, comment,
that too.
subscribe.
We got last episode.
Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with somebody that you think that will enjoy this content, that even needs this type of content. You know what I'm saying? We'll greatly appreciate it, and I feel like you and as well as them will greatly appreciate the content as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, we out of here, man. Appreciate y'all.
Easy.
Press it. Press the.
What's going on, man?
That was cool.
Are y'all on Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, I think. I need to catch up on